This is the last one, and it's my favorite one so far because it's called Free Food. And with this one, I decided to write how I really felt about things and in my own language. So hopefully y'all look at her working notes so y'all can understand it, because we're going to need a little osmosis. Okay, this is called Free Food. Her wings extended beyond the realms, thus transcending and hence transformed not only the definition, but the accepted upon meaning of beauty. To find another with wings was hard enough, yet to find any such as hers, you had to meet her herself. Although she could catch the wind on the notes of her song, and her heart often soared so high that even she at times seemed not to be able to keep pace, she never knew when it was meant to fly. Yes, her spirit could soar, and yes, the wing was her muse, but something was missing. As fate would have it, there came a day when she caught the breath of something so foreign that it was familiar. It promised to feed her spirit and quench the thirst that was longing to release her. And then it was gone. She had lived an eon in its brief passing if she had ever lived a day. Promise and hope lingered on, almost antagonizing her that one day she would be fed and freed, not knowing what it was that she knew not, yet had almost eaten and was nearly freed by. She taught herself to see her wings as useless, and then spiteful, and ultimately as hideous. For although they were meant to fly, they were not ready. Even though the flesh needed to be freed by eating, she hated her wings because they weren't strong enough on their own to take her to be fed and freed. There came a time when she eventually forgot about her wings. She had made the move to forsake them, but instead of leaving her wings behind, she merely lost her memory of them. She had even lost her memory of the desire to want to be fed and freed. And although the hunger was there, she learned to see this yearning as a visibly hidden scar. The time had come again where she sensed that same familiar stranger, yet this time, being fed and freed did not come to her as comfort. She welcomed the quench to her hunger and the key to her freedom with humorous disdain. What needed to be eaten and wanted to be freed recognized in her its own purpose. What it didn't realize was that for it to be fed and freed itself, it needed to be eaten and to free first. They were so famished that the voidless shadow which had always accompanied them and was instructions to their own fulfillment, whose very own steps beside each matched the footprints of the other, went unnoticed. They had always walked side by side but never looked past their own need to be fed and eat, or their fear to be eaten or fed, to realize that they held the keys to one another, which was always the key to themselves. Neither did they realize that the accompanier had preordained their paths to meet and had been steadily guiding them to that end. She could not fly if she did not allow herself to be fed and freed, which happened to be the one thing she could not do for herself. It could not be free unless it allowed itself to be eaten and fed first, which is the one thing it had to do. Should she die alone, it would be because he wanted to live alone. And that's it.